Have you been looking for ways to build a passive income and come across investment properties but just didn't know how to start? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you 7 things to look for when getting ready to invest in property. Welcome back to my channel. I am Greg Jackson, self-proclaimed attorney extraordinaire, a co-host on the weekly radio talk show program Let's Talk About It, and a general in the Let's Talk Nation. Hey, as always, the purpose of this channel is to educate, entertain, and empower viewers by providing insight on legal and non-legal topics to help viewers to navigate to the best life possible. Now, in past videos, I've talked about passive streams of income to help to build wealth. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one stream that is very exciting and rewarding if you make the right choice. And that choice is whether or not to invest in real estate investment properties. Now, before we get to the video, do me a favor, and I want you to hit the subscribe button and make a comment letting me know that you have subscribed, and I will send you a personal message just to thank you. Now, let's get into today's topic. In general, real estate is a very tough business, and it has challenges that can reduce any returns that you may get. So that's why diligent search is very important, or getting yourself an experienced real estate agent to help you to find the right properties. But until that time, and to help you along with the research, I want to give you 7 features to look for in real estate investment properties that will help you to make the right decision in building a passive income. The first thing I want you to consider is the neighborhood. We oftentimes hear location, 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 and that's absolutely correct. The location of where you look for a rental property will determine a couple different things. It'll determine the type of tenants that you're going to attract, as well as the amount of rent that you can charge for the property that you own. For instance, if you live near a university, then your tenants may be university students who come in on a cyclical basis. So in the summer, you may not have any income coming into your rental property. The other thing to consider is that some municipalities discourage converting a single-family home into a rental property and may charge high or expensive permitting fees for you to be able to rent that property. So remember, location, location, location. The next thing you're going to want to consider, property taxes. And the reason being is because property taxes are going to have a direct impact on the amount of rental income that you're able to bring in. But the other thing I want you to remember is that not all high tax situations are bad. If you have a high property tax, that may actually be an indication that the area is a high desired area and it's well worth the high taxes that you're being asked to pay. So remember, consider the property taxes and also make sure that you include that in the rental payments, and especially if it's a high desired area, to help with your return from a passive income basis. The third thing to consider is the quality of the schools in the area where you have your rental property. Now, the rent, or the amount of money that's being paid for rent, is going to affect the overall cash flow for your property. But if you have bad schools in the area, it's going to have an effect on the value of your investment property. And if there are no good schools in the area where your investment property is, it's going to reduce the potential value of the property that you can get if and when you decide to sell it. The fourth thing to consider, crime. No one wants to live in a hotspot area full of criminal activity. And the local police should have accurate statistics on the criminal activity that's taking place in the neighborhood that you may be interested in. You're going to want to check for vandalism rates, petty crimes, and other thefts, and also determine if crime is on the incline or decline. You're going to want to make sure also that there's not a lot of police activity in the area, and you may do so by asking neighbors in that area about the criminal activity. The fifth thing to consider, the job market. Areas with increasing employment opportunities actually attracts more tenants. And you can find out about job availability by checking with the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Remember, the job market can determine if the housing prices in your area go up or go down. The next thing to take into consideration, future development. If there's a lot of construction going on in the area, best bet is that it's probably a good growth area. But one thing to take into consideration is that new development may actually affect the amount that you may charge for rent. It can also affect how quickly you can get your property rented. So new development may be a good indication that you're in a good growth area, but can also be an indication that you will have problems either renting your property or charging what you believe is the best rental rate. Number 7, and the last consideration on my list, is average rent. Rental income is going to be your bread and butter, so you're going to want to know what the average rents are in the area where you're considering purchasing a rental property. Now also remember that any property that you consider, you want to make sure that the rental income produces enough to pay your mortgage, taxes, and any other expenses. In addition to those 7 features, a couple other things that you may want to take into consideration includes if there are any natural disasters in that area. The other thing, what are the amenities in the community? And the next thing is, what are the vacancies and availabilities of other properties in the area? Hey, listen, I hope that you enjoyed these videos. And if you do, I would like for you to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, ask your friends to join you at this channel so that they too can get outstanding, fantastic information provided by me, none other than Greg Jackson, self-proclaimed attorney extraordinaire, co-host of the weekly radio talk show program, Let's Talk About It, and of course, a general in the Let's Talk Nation. Until next time, be good.